be canning up our witch's brew, our poultry bone broth that we made. And so to get started, make sure I'm using Tattler Lids, okay? So we want to make sure we wash them, even though I ran mine in the dishwasher and they've been in storage. You want to make sure they're washed really well with hot soapy water and run a towel around it, okay? Because you want to eliminate any chance of anything still on here that'll interrupt that seal with these Tattlers. And then once those are all clean and washed off, then you steep them in boiling water, and then we start jarring it up. So let's go do that. I'll bring you in. Okie dokie, y'all. So we got done washing our gaskets and lids in hot soapy water, and now we have them steeping in boiling water. Make sure when you do that, you it makes it a lot easier if you just put your gaskets on your lids separately, okay? Because you can double up on accident on the gaskets. I've done that. Even doing it this way, you might accidentally double up. So it's just nice to have it ready to rock and roll. And then while that's steeping, we're going to do this the easy way. So what I do is I don't strain my bones first. I strain as I go. So I have a strainer and I have a pot. And we're going to strain it and then dump the bones in this pot as we go. Okay? And then we're going to fill our jars up. We're doing pints because I have tons of quarts of broth, different types of broth, and I need pints because pints are good, especially for a quick top ramen. I don't like to use the seasoning packets that come in the top ramen. What I love to do is just use my bone broth and pour it in there, and it's like really delicious, and it becomes a healthier option of food for you than those flavor packets. But you could also put the bone broth and the flavor packets and make it extra if you wanted to do that. So yeah, I like to keep these separate in pints just for little things like that. Okay. And, you know, maybe you want to make a gravy and you have a pint and you don't want to do a whole quart of gravy, 1 pint. So that'd be good for some gravy-free mashed potatoes. Alrighty, I got my counter just stuffed with things. I got a lot going on, so we're got this little space here we're working with. Okay, so let's just empty it as we go, strain it as we go here, and fill our jars up. Got a lot of onion peels here. And you want to leave an inch head space here. About an inch head space. There you go. And then on to the next jar. Have the next one ready. Pop over. We'll go ahead and dump this in there. Pop this over to the next jar. And then let's put our Tattler lid on that one. Put a Tattler lid on. Let me move this pot. So let's put a ring on. Alright, got just a little too much broth here. A little too much broth. With Tattlers, you always, even if you're water bathing, you have to have a 1 inch head space. No matter the recipe. Alright, so we got our 1 inch head space. And then we're gonna wipe the rims with our vinegar here. I like to use pieces. Got the vinegar. Wipe the rim really, really well. Alright, I'm going to have to use some tongs here to pick up these because they're pretty hot. And then just lay your Tattler lid right on there. I like to put a few rings in and heat the rings up too. in the hot water. Put the lid on. And a little more. There we go. Let's put it in the water. Put it in the canner. Do the next one. Strain our broth. I just give this to the chickens and sometimes the dogs. But the dogs can't have onion peels, so I try to separate. And the bones become bone meal and squishy, so they're not harmful to your animals. They're actually really good. They just mush up in your hands. They're no longer a choking hazard after you cook them for 3 days. All right. Put it in the pot right here. Dump that in the pot. And then go to the next one. Pop this over the next jar. Let's wipe the rim here really well. Grab a Tattler. We'll do one more for show here, and then I'll do the rest and come back. Get our next jar ready. Pop it over. Just wipe our rims here. I'll grab another cloth. I like to use a bunch of different ones. Grab it really, really good. A little rough there. Okay, get your Tattler lid, slip it on, get your ring, the ring seems rough, look at it, it's a little rusty, it can prevent your Tattlers from sealing. Switch the rings. There we go, if you need to. There we go. So pay attention, make sure you don't overflow. You just get busy filling the jar up and you realize before you know it, it's coming out the sides. There. your rim real good with some hot water or vinegar or both. I like to do vinegar with greasy stuff and hot water with others sometimes. Center your lid. There we go. Got our lid on here. Let's open this so it doesn't seal. I had one too many. Anyway, so pints are 20 minutes and quarts are 25 minutes. Alrighty, y'all, so we got all our pints in our canner. Now I double stacked mine. It's a mirror canner and I can fit 19 regular mouth pints and 17 wide mouth pints in here. So we're going to bring it up to pressure, and how we do that is we wait for a steady stream of steam to come out to vent all the air out here. So we have to time that for 10 minutes. So once you see the steam popping up, you start your timer for 10 minutes, and then you put your weight on after the 10 minute. You don't start your time yet for your processing time. You have to wait for it to come to pressure. And mine is the spinner, so my weight spins. Some people jiggle and some people just have the gauge. So once your weight spins, jiggles, or your gauge reads your pressure, mine's 10 pounds for my altitude, that's when you start your time for your processing time. Okie dokie. And then I have other instructional videos if you want to go to those. Alrighty, so we're just waiting on that, and then we'll come back to you after our time's up. So it's done processing for 20 minutes, and we're going to take them out. Lift it up away from your face. We let it come down to pressure slowly. So it's been sitting here for a good almost an hour. There's a lot of jars in here, so it took a lot longer to come out of pressure here. So let's take this one out. It's already sealed. Oh, it's already sealed. Looking good. Looking nice and good. And tighten it. It's Tattler Lids, so we're going to tighten them. Turn the radio down. My son's listening to music. Hold on. We're listening to music. I like to dance and listen to music while we do chores and stuff, and while I can. So, I'm going to turn that down. Looks like they're already sealing. That's nice. I still have some left in here, and I think I'm just going to wait till tomorrow, maybe make a soup out of the rest and see what I'll do with it. Tighten these up here. We'll see with my pot in the way. I know. Let's go this way. Broth. Don't forget to subscribe. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Okay, so it's the next day, and all but one of them sealed. So, take the rings off, and we're going to wash them with soapy water to make sure they're nice and clean. And then I'm going to wash these rings too, and then I don't store with rings on. Like, I just do a little, like, just like that. Just like that, just because that way it can release and it's just loose. That way I have a place to store all these rings, because I have like over 2,000 rings. And, you know, that way I have a place to just store them. I have too many rings just laying everywhere, boxes of rings. So you could do that. Don't put it on tight though.